Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony and this is TC's Outdoors, and we're in the garage. So I'm gonna make up some bundles. Today's Christmas Eve, so hopefully all you guys, by the time you see this, it'll be after Christmas. I hope you guys all enjoyed your families and had a great Christmas. Sales are pretty slow around here. Generally speaking, I only sell bundles, to campgrounds and kind of recreational firewood, but I do have a couple people that swing by once a week or so and buy 3 bundles, so I want to make sure I have a supply on hand. So I'm going to make up some bundles. I always make mine 1 cubic foot, as you guys know, but I have something in the works, and I need to make some 3/4 cubic foot, 0.75. I made some modifications to the bundler. We'll talk about that here in a second. But first, I want to show you, I think it'll be one of the last pieces of the puzzle for my bundle operation. So if you guys have made bundles, you're always looking for that little tiny piece. And you don't always have it. And so what I've been doing is splitting it down with a hatchet and a hammer, which is okay as long as I'm someplace near the bench. I don't like doing it on the concrete because it's without fail, the hatchet hits the concrete. I can't help it. I guess I lack control. But either way, ORHFS, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure, to be honest with you guys. If you can see down in there, it's ORHFS is how it's spelled. They reached out to me and asked if I'd be willing to use this on the channel, and it's their XXL Kindling Cracker. I think it's like 11.5 inches a diameter that you can get as far as a round or a log in here, which is humongous, way bigger than I'll ever need. But it's heavy duty. I've got some clips of me assembling it the other day when I was originally going to film this video, but we ran into some technical difficulties. If you'll see, there's some strobe lighting in here. I've had some trouble with my LED lighting, so after I got started with that, I decided that I was just going to change them all. So that's what I did instead of make a video. But Kindling Cracker, anyhow, comes with a hammer, 4-pound sledge. I'm going to find a way to mount this on the bundler or on the cracker, one or the other. I'll weld a little tab on here or something, and that way the hammer stays with the Kindling Cracker and I don't ever misplace it, because I'm the guy that puts a wrench in his back pocket and looks for it for 45 minutes. So if I can prevent any of that happening, speed up my process, help me stay efficient, that's kind of what I'm going to do. So that being said, we're going to find a way to mount this either to a log or to the bottom of the bundler somehow. But I want to show you, like I said, we're going to make some 0.75 cubic foot bundles, and I want to show you what I did in order to be able to make that happen. So if you come over here, you'll see that I made an upgrade. So, I always talk about reinvesting in the company or the business, my little firewood business that I've got going on here. And this year, I was able to purchase this bundler. So this came up local to me. There's a guy that makes these, and I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I got a pretty good deal on it. It was $700, and I didn't have to pay to have it shipped. So that, if I'd have got the Amish made bundler, it's a little bit more money, and it's another $400 to have it shipped. So this is probably not as high of quality as the Amish made bundler, but it's going to serve me just fine. I'll throw some footage in right now, actually, of kind of some of the things I had to do to it when I got it. So it's a 1-inch tube. These are 5/8 bolts, nuts, and I just ground down the top corner and the bottom corner so that the nut would fit inside the tubing, and then I'm going to weld around it. That way I can use these bolts up through the bottom of the pallet, and that's what we're going to do. I don't MIG weld very often. That's but it's okay. It's not the prettiest of welds, but it'll serve a purpose. And so now I'm just going to grind those flat so they'll sit nice on the pallet. I did, unfortunately, get some slag or something on the backside of that bolt. So when I took it out, it took the threads off the bolt with it. So now I don't have a 5/8 tap. I'm going to have to order one. And then I can retap that hole and clean it up, and then it'll be able to take the bolt like it was supposed to. But that happens, I guess. So either way, we're going to grind these flat, and then we're going to give it a bit of a makeover, and then we'll be good to go. I needed to be able to mount it. It didn't have any wheels, it didn't have a base, and it was really kind of tippy. So that's why I welded those nuts into the bottom of the legs. Now I've got it mounted to this pallet. I can come in, grab it with the tractor with the pallet forks on, take it right out to the stack of wood, bundle right out there, and then bring it back in. And then keep it out of the weather, keep it nice. And as you see, orange and blue, baby. So I really liked what Jeff and Patty had done with their bundler, with their paint job on theirs. And I reached out to Jeff, make sure that he didn't mind that I kind of stole a little more of his ideas. And he said, no way, buddy, looks good. So I painted it. It needed a paint job when I got it. It had a semi-coat of paint, and it was only on the top. It looked like he'd done it in the dark. I mean, there was drips all over it, and it was none of the bottom surfaces were painted. So I don't want it to rust, or I want to keep it as long as I can, keep it as nice as I can. So I decided to paint it, and I figured if I was going to paint it, I was going to make it look good. So if you don't know, I have an Easton made splitter on order, and this is going to look fantastic sitting next to it. That's why I went orange and blue. So definitely a believer in the Easton made brand, and I thought it'd be cool if I'm going to paint it. I want to make it look awesome, so that's why I went orange and blue. I'll bring you guys over here and show you kind of what I modified, or what I added on, really, to be able to make 0.75 cubic foot bundles. We have a 2x4 laid in widthwise, and it took up the perfect amount of space. I couldn't ask for better. So I needed 8.5 inches wide here and 10 inches tall to make a 0.75, with my wood being 16 inches, and that worked out great for me. So I just cut some slots in here with a jigsaw, and then ran around the outside with a strap, take it off really easy. And in the back here, you see I got some nuts on the front, and through the back I just drilled some holes, 2 holes, took a square file, and I just put some carriage bolts in there, and it should work out good for me. They'll be easy to get off. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to store them yet. I'll probably come up with a way to, I don't know, Velcro them somewhere or somehow so I don't lose them. One other upgrade that I made to the bundler when I bought it, or after I got done painting it, is I added this, I guess it's a suggestion box, I think is what it was originally when I bought it off of Amazon. And I needed some place to put my labels, and this seems to be, it'll fit the bill. And it also had this nice little pocket on the outside, because you need a crescent wrench to adjust the tension on the film. I think the last piece of the puzzle, as far as making this thing as efficient bundling station as I can make it, is going to be the Kindling Cracker. I think my plan is going to be to mount this directly to the front of the pallet right here where it sits. So there's nothing obstructing it from the top when I'm swinging the hammer in order to crack the kindling pieces, and it'll always be where I need it, which is a good thing, because you know, I want to be as efficient as I can, but I also don't want to go looking for stuff. And if I mount this to something and I'll misplace it, I'll leave it in the wood yard or whatever, and then I won't be able to find it again. So either way, this is the plan. It's got a block up front here, so it's pretty solid, and then in the back I added a 2x4 underneath to give it something, these screws to bite into. These I'm using these structural, they're 5/16. They're pretty heavy duty. This is what I mounted the top plate to the posts on the woodshed with, so these should definitely do what I need them to do. And I'm just going to leave it stick off the front here just a little bit, so that I can make sure I get enough meat in the back to get these screws into. Alright, we got her centered up on the pallet. Now all I got to do is run these screws down in, and ooh, yeah, she's in there. Okay, I'd say that's pretty well on there. Today, we're going to be using the VAC 40 supplied gloves and safety glasses that I won on the live stream a little while ago. So, and then we're going to make some kindling. We're just going to set this in here. This is already a pretty nice looking block of wood, but we're going to break it in half just in case. So, and there you go. I think, you know, another reason this is going to be good to have on the bundle station, I just thought of this. When I'm checking moisture, because I kind of do that from time to time as I'm making bundles, if I'm not sure how the moisture content is in the wood, it'll be easy to split. I've got this sitting right here. So now, lastly, I've just got to figure out a way to mount this. If you guys got any ideas, let me know in the comments. But I think it's time to make some bundles on this thing. So let's make some 0.75 cubic foot bundles. Pretty straightforward process, you know. You just find the right piece, which that's where the Kindling Cracker is going to come in. And I'm really looking to make the best possible product I can for these bundles. Try to put my best foot forward. Hopefully I hear something soon from this campground, and that would be an awesome opportunity for me for sure.
Perfect. So, you know, you've seen these all in action before, but this one is pretty much a 1-to-1 as far as the gear ratio on the two sprockets, so it wraps pretty quick. I'm still kind of working on my whole tension thing, but I think it's tight enough, and I probably put more wrap on there than is needed, but that's okay. I'd rather have a little more wrap and it doesn't fall apart. And that's 4. That should do it. And then I don't have a knife, I just break it, pull it out of there, and that right there is a TC's Outdoors first 0.75 cubic foot bundle. And hopefully they sell. I don't know. We're gonna stack those off to the side though. That is a good looking bundle if I don't say so myself. Too big. And we need one more piece. Perfect. Alright, so here's a big giant piece. It's kind of a little big for bundles, depending I suppose what you're using it for, but it's a nice piece of ash and I want to include it into my promotional bundles. I'd like to put my best foot forward, you know, so I'm going to split this down. There you go, 2 nice little pieces of firewood, and I think that thing's gonna work out good for me, to be honest with you. Some shortcuts. This is a little short, a little shorty of walnut. We're not gonna use that.
So there you go. Those 6 there are the 3/4 0.75 cubic foot bundles. And hopefully I hear back from that campground soon. But if not, either way, maybe I'll experiment in selling 0.75 for a little less money, and we'll see if I can maybe sell more smaller bundles but higher quantity. I'm not sure. So either way, the bundler, excellent upgrade. Another reason that I upgraded the bundler is it'll help me fill orders when they come in and I'm at work. So if you're not familiar, if you're not following along with the channel long enough, I work a 12-hour schedule, and on the days that I work, it's pretty much, that's all I do is I go to work, and by the time I get home, there's not a lot of time left in the day to do anything but other than go to sleep and do it all over again the next day. So I work a rotating 12 schedule. It's not like I work 7 in a row. I work 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 2 off, kind of like a fireman's pattern. I'm not a fireman. That's just the schedule that my company uses. So but either way, when the firewood orders come in and I'm not around to make the bundles, it kind of stresses me out a little bit. So this will help being able to have my kids and my wife be able to do it. It's way easier just to hand crank it. It sped me up. It's a lot less labor intensive. You know, I was using this guy here, just the 2x4s, and it served me well. Probably just, I don't know, a year and a half ago, I built that, something like that. And it was one of my first videos, to be honest with you. And that bundler got me to where I am today, as far as the firewood business goes. And honestly, the YouTube deal too. So either way, not taking anything away from the 2x4 bundle situation, but it's just not that efficient. And the goal is to be more efficient so that I can hopefully sell more and continue to grow. So either way, this bundler will serve me well for now. I think the next step would be what? An electric one, which, I mean, I don't know when I would need one of those, but who knows? Never know. Never know what the future's going to bring. But either way, the Kindling Cracker, the XXL from ORHFS, I think will be the last piece of the puzzle as far as my bundling station goes. I think that's the full-time bundling station. Having it mounted right there is going to work out well. Having it mounted on a pallet is going to be great. Being able to move it around the wood yard, take it to the wood, and I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome. So I hope you guys had a great Christmas. This is after Christmas when you guys see this. I hope you guys have a safe New Year and enjoy your families, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, guys. We'll see you.